Sit here. At first and last, the hearty welcome.
Thanks to your majesty.
Ourself will mingle with society and play the humble host. Our hostess keeps her state, but in best time we will require her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends, for my heart speaks and all are welcome.
See they encounter thee with their heart's thanks. Both sides are even. Be large in mirth. Anon I'll sit in the midst, and we'll drink a measure the whole table round. There's blood on thy face.
'Tis Banquo's then.
'Tis better without he than he within. Is he dispatched?
Aye, my good lord, his throat is cut, that I did for him.
Thou art the best of the cutthroats. Yet he's good that did the like for Fleance.
Noble sir, Fleance is escaped.
Then comes my fit again. I had else been perfect. But Banquo's safe.
Aye, my good lord, safe in a ditch he bides, with 20 trench dashes on his head, the least a death to nature.
Thanks for that. Get thee gone. We'll hear ourselves again.
My worthy lord, you do not give cheer. The feast is sold, 'tis a making. 'Tis best given with welcome. To feed were best at home.
Sweet remembrance, sir. Now, good digestion, wait on appetite, and health on both.
May it please your highness sit.
Here, now, we have our countries on a roof, with the grace person of our Banquo present, whom I may challenge for unkindness than pity for mischance.
His absence, sir, lay blame upon his promise. Please, your highness, to grace us with your royal company.
The table's full.
Why, here is a place reserved, sir.
Where?
Why, here, my good lord. What is it that moves your highness?
Which one of you have done this?
What, my good lord?
Thou canst not say I did. Never shake thy gory locks at me!
His highness not well.
Sit, worthy friends. My lord is often thus and hath been since his youth. Upon a thought he will again be well. If you note him, you shall offend him and extend his passion. So flee and regard him not. Are you a man?
Aye, and a bold one, that dare look upon that which might appall the devil.
A proper stuff. This is the very painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger which you had said led you to Duncan. Oh, these flaws and starts, imposters, the true fear are as a story that a woman tells at a winter's fire authorized by her grandam. For shame itself. When all's done, you look but on a stool!
Prithee, see there! Behold, look low! How sayest thou, what care I? If thou canst not speak true!
What? Quite unmanned in folly?
If I stand here, I saw him!
Fie for shame!
Blood had been shed here now. Murders have been performed too terrible for the ear. The time had been when the brains were out, a man would die, and there an end. But now here they rise again, with 20 mortal murders on their crown to push us from our stools.
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
Do not muse at me, my friends. I have a strange infirmity, which is nothing to those that know me. Come, love and health to all, and I'll sit down. Bring me some wine. Fill. Full. I drink to the general joy of the whole table. And to our dear friend Banquo, whom we miss. Would he were here.
Our duties and the pledge.
Avaunt and quit my sight! Thy blood is cold, thy bones are marrowless. Thou hast no speculation in those eyes which thou dost glare with.
Think of this, good friends, but as a thing of custom. 'Tis no other, only it spoils the pleasure of the time.
What man dare, I dare. Approach thou like the rugged Russian bear. Take any shape but that, and my firm nerves will never tremble. Or dare me to the desert with thy sword. Hence, horrible shadow! Unrule mockery hence! Why, so being gone, I'm a man again. Prithee, sit still.
You have broke the mock meeting and displaced the mirth with most admired disorder!
Can such things be? And overcome us like a summer's cloud, without our special wonder? I thought, when one can behold such sights, and keep the natural ruby of your cheeks, will mine are blanched for fear.
What sighs, my lord?
I pray you speak not. I fear he grows worse and worse. Questions enrage him. So, at once, good night. Go not upon the order of your going, but go at once.
Good night, and better health attend his majesty.
A kind good night to all.
It will have blood, they say. Blood will have blood. Stones have been known to move, and trees to speak. How sayest thou that we doth deny her presence and our great bidding?
Did you send for her, sir?
I did hear it, by the way, but I will send. I will to the weird sisters. More shall they speak, for now I am bent to know. Why the worst means the worst. For mine own good, all causes must give way. For I've stepped in blood so far. Should I wait no more returning where his tedious is goer?
You lack the season of all natures. Sleep.
Come, will to sleep. My strange and self-abuse is but the initiate fear that wants hard use. We are but young indeed.
Former speeches have but hit your thoughts, which can interpret further. Only I say, things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was pitied on Macbeth, marry he was dead, and the right valiant Banquo, whom walked too late, whom you may say, if it please you, Fleance killed. where Leon fled. Men must not walk too late. And who could not want how monstrous it was for Malcolm and for Donalbain to kill their gracious father? Damned fact. How it grieved Macbeth. And did he not straight in pious rage the two delinquents tear, while they were in the thralls of sleep and were the slaves of drink? Was that not nobly done? Aye, and wisely too. For 'twould have angered the heart of any man to hear those two deny it. All that to say, I think he has borne all things well. And I do think that had he Duncan's daughters under his key, they should find which were to kill a father, so should Cleon's. With peace. For broad words and cause, she failed her presence at the tyrant's feast. Macduff, I hear, lives in disgrace. Sir, can you tell me where she bestows herself?
The daughter of Duncan, from whom this tyrant holds the due of birth, lives in the English court, that the Macduff is gone to pray the Holy King, upon her aid, to wake Northumberland and warlike seaward. This report has so exasperated the king that he prepared for some attempt of war.
Sent he to Macduff?
He did!
And that well might advise her to a caution to hold what distance her wisdom can provide. Some holy angel fly to the court of England and unfold her message ere she come, that a swift blessing may soon return to this our suffering country under a hand accursed.
I'll send my prayers with him.
Thrice the brinded cat hath mewed.
Thrice and once the hedge pig whined.
Up he cries, 'tis time, 'tis time.
Round about the cauldron go, in the poison entrails throw. Toad, that under cold stone, sweltered venom sleeping got, boil thou first in the charmed pot.
Double, double toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Fillet of a fenny snake, in the cauldron boil and bake. Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog. Adder's fork and blind worm's sting, lizard's leg and owlet's wing. For a charm of powerful trouble, like a hell broth boil and bubble. Double, double toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, witch's mummy, maw, and gulf. Of the raven's salt sea shark, root of hemlock digged in the dark. Finger of birth strangled babe. Add thereto the tiger's children for the ingredients of our cauldron.
Double, double toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Cool it with a baboon's blood, then the charm is firm and good.
By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. Open locks, whoever knocks.
How now, you secret, black, and midnight hags? What did you do?
A deed without a name.
I conjure you, by that which you profess, however thou come to know it, answer me. Even to destruction sicken, answer me what I ask of you!
Speak, demand.
We'll answer.
Say if thou'st rather hear it from our mouths or from our masters.
Call him. Let me see him.
Pour in sow's blood that hath eaten her 9 pharaoh. Grease and sweating from the murderer's gibbet, throw into the flame.
Come
High or low, thyself in office deftly show.
Tell me, thou unknown power.
She knows thy thought. Hear her speech, but say thou not.
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth! Beware, Macduff. Beware the Thane of Fife. Dismiss me! Enough!
Whatever thou art, for thy good caution, thanks. Thou hast harped my fear right. But one word more.
She will not be commanded. But here's another, more potent than the first.
Macbeth! 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 Be bloody bold and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man, for none born of woman shall bring harm to Macbeth.
Then live Macduff! What need I fear of she? Yet, I will take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live, that I may tell pale-hearted fear. It lies in sleep in spite of thunder. What is this? It rises like the issue of a king, and wears upon his baby brow the rounded top of sovereignty.
Listen, but speak not to it.
Beeline, mettled proud, and take no care who chafes, who frets, or where conspirers are. Macbeth shall never vanquished be until great Burnham wood to high Dunsinane hill shall come against him.
That will never be! Who climbing the tree unfix his earthbound root? Sweet Boneman's good! Rebellion's head, rise! Never till the wood of Burnham rise! And our high-placed Macbeth shall live the lease of nature, pay his breath to time and mortal custom. Yet, my heart throbs to know one thing. Tell me, if thou art can tell so much, will Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this, and an eternal curse fall on you! Tell me, why sings that cauldron? What noise is this?
Show!
Show his eyes and grieve his heart! Come like shadows, so depart!
Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo. Thy crown doth sear mine eyeballs. Thy other gold-bound brow is like the first. Filthy hags, why do you show me this? Start eyes. I'll see no more, yet what appears? Now I see 'tis true. The blood-boltered Banquo doth smile upon me, and points at them for his. What, is this so?
Aye, sir, this is so. But why stands Macbeth thus amazedly? Come, sisters, cheery up his sprites, and show the best of our delights. I'll charm the air to give a sound, while you perform your antic round, that this great king will kindly say, Our duties, it is welcome pay.
Where are they gone? Let this day stand accursed in the calendar. Come in without there.
But your grace is well.
Saw you the weird sisters.
No, my lord.
Came they not by you?
No, indeed, my lord.
Infected be the air whereon they ride. And damned all those that trust them. Methought I heard the galloping of horses. Who else came by?
'Tis 2 or 3, my lord. They are come to bring you word. Macduff has fled to England.
Fled to England!
Aye, my good lord.
Time, thou anticipatest my dread exploits. The flighty purpose ne'er o'ertook, unless the deed go with it. From this moment, the firstlings of my heart shall be the firstlings of my hand, to crown my thoughts with acts. Be it thought and done. The castle of Macduff I will surprise. Seize upon Fife and give to the edge of the sword. Her wife, her babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace her to line! No boasting like a fool. This deed'll do before the purpose cool. No more sights. Come, where are these gentlemen? Bring me where they are!
What had she done to make her fly the land?
You must have patience, madam.
She had none. Her flight was impetus. When our actions do not, our fears make us traitors.
You know not whether it was her wisdom or her fear.
Wisdom? To leave her wife? To leave her babes, her mansion, her titles from whence she does fly? She loves us not. All is the fear, and nothing is the love, as little as the wisdom so runs against all reason.
My dearest cuz, I pray you, school yourself. But for your husband, she is nobles, wise, judicious, and best know the bits of the season. I dare not speak much further. But cruel are the times when we are traitor and do not know ourselves. When we hold rumors from what we fear, yet know not what we fear. I take my leave of you. Should not be long, but I'll return again. Things at the worst will cease, or else climb upward to where they were before. My pretty cousin, blessing upon you.
Father, he is and yet fatherless.
I am so much a fool should I stay longer. It will be my disgrace and your discomfort. I take my leave at once.
Zora. Your father is dead. And what will you do without a father? How will you live?
As birds do, Mother.
Oh, what, with worms and flies?
With what I can get. I mean, so do they.
Oh, poor bird. Thou'lt never fear the net, the lime, the pitfall, nor the gin.
Why should I, Mother? Poor birds, they are not set for. My father's not dead for all you're saying.
Oh, yes, she is dead. What will you do without a father? How will you live?
Nay, how will you do for a husband?
Well, I can find me 20 at any market.
Mother, is my father a traitor?
Aye, yes, she was.
What is a traitor?
A traitor is one that swears and lies.
And be all traitors that do so?
Everyone who does so is a traitor, and must be hanged. Aye, and what will you do without a father? How will you live?
If she were dead, you would weep for her. If you would not, then it's a good sign that I should quickly have a new father.
Poor Probbler, how thou talkst.
Bless you, fair dame. I'm not to you known, though in your state of honor I am perfect. I doubt some danger does approach you nearly. If you will take a homely man's advice, be not found here, hence with your little ones. To fright you thus, methinks I am too savage to do worse to you or fell cruelty, which is too nigh your person. Oh, heaven preserve you, I dare abide no longer.
Oh, whither shall I fly? I've done no harm. Oh, but I remember I'm of this earthly world, where to do harm is often laudable, and to do good is a dangerous folly. Why then do I put up this defense to say that I've done no harm? What faces are these?
Where's your husband?
I had hoped in no place so unsanctified where thou may find her.
She's a traitor.
Thou liest! Thou shag-haired villain!
Egg! The cry of treachery?
He has killed me, Mother! Run away! I pray you!
This tyrant whose sole name blisters on our tongue was once thought honest. You had loved him well. He hath not touched you yet. But I am young, and something you may deserve of him through me. And wisdom to offer up a weak, poor, innocent lamb to appease an angry God. I am not treacherous, but Macbeth is! A good and virtuous nature may recoil an imperial charge. But I shall crave your pardon. That which you are, my thoughts cannot transpose. Angels are bright still, though the brightest fell. Though all things foul wear the brows of grace, yet grace must still look so.
I would not be the villain that thou thinkest for the whole space that's in the tyrant's grasp.
Be not offended. I speak not as an absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and each new day a gash is added to her wounds. I think withal there would be hands uplifted in my right, when I shall tread upon the tyrant's head or wear upon my sword. Yet my poor country shall have more vices than it had before, by she that shall succeed.
What should she be?
It is myself, I mean, in whom I know all the particulars of vice so grafted, that when they shall be opened, black Macbeth will seem as pure as snow, and the state esteem him as a lamb, being compared with my confineless arms.
But fear not yet to take upon you what is yours. You may convey your pleasures in the spacious plenty.
But I have none. The king becoming graces as justice, temperance, and stableness. I have no relish of them. If such a one be fit to govern, speak. I am as I have spoken.
Such welcome and unwelcome things at once. It's hard to reconcile. But see who comes here, my ever gentle cousin. Welcome hither.
Stand Scotland where it did.
Alas, poor country. Almost afraid to know it, so. We cannot be called a mother, but a grave.
What's the newest grief?
Be not a miser for your speech, how goest?
When I came hither to transport the tiding, which I have heavily borne, for that I saw the tyrant's power afoot. Now is the time of help. Your eyes in Scotland would create soldier, make women fight to solve their dire distress.
Be it their comfort. We are coming thither. Gracious England hath lent us good sword and 10,000 soldiers. An older and a better soldier, none that Christendom gives out.
Would I could answer this comfort with the like? But I have words that would be hound out in the desert air, where hearing should not lash me.
What concern they? The general cause, or is it some fee grief due to some single breast?
It shares some woe, though the main part pertains to you alone.
If it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly, let me have it.
Let not your ears despise my tongue forever, which shall possess them with the heaviest sounds that ever yet they heard. Your castle is surprised. Your wife and babes savagely slaughtered. To relate the man of war on the query of these murdered deer, to add the death of you.
My children too?
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
And I must be from thence, my wife killed too!
I have said,
Be comforted. Let's make us medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children! All my pretty ones? Did you say all, oh Hellkite? All? What, all my pretty chickens and their dam at one fell swoop?
Dispute it like a man!
I shall do so! But I must feel it as a man! I cannot but remember such things were that were most precious to me. Did heaven look on, would not take their part. Sinful Macduff, they were struck down for thee. Not that I am, not for their own demerits, but for mine. Fell slaughter to their souls. Heaven rest them now.
Let this be the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blunt not the heart. Enrage it.
Bring thou this fiend of Scotland and myself within my sword's length, set him. If he escape, heaven forgive him too.
Come, go we to the king. Our power is ready. Our lack is nothing but our leave. Macbeth is ripe for shaking, and the powers above put on their instruments. Receive what cheer you may. The night is long that never finds the day.
I have for 2 nights watched with you, but can perceive no truth in your report. When was it that she last walked?
Since His Majesty went into the field. I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, write upon it, fold it, read it, and afterwards seal it, yet all the while in a most fast sleep.
In this slumbery agitation, besides her walking and other actual performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
That, sir, which I will not report after her.
You may to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Not you nor anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech. Lo you, here she comes. This is her very guise. Observe her hand clothes.
What does she now? Look how she rubs her hands.
It is an accustomed action with her to seem thus, washing her hands. I've known her to continue in this a quarter of an hour.
Yes.
Here's a spot.
Hark, she speaks. I will set down what comes from her, to satisfy my remembrance the more strongly.
Oh, damn spot! Oh, I say! 1, 2. Why then 'tis time to do it. Hell is murky! Fie, my lord, fie. A soldier and a feared. What need we fear who knows it when none can take our power to account yet? Who would have thought the old man to have so much blood in him? Thane of Fife had a wife. Where is she now? What will these hands never be clean? No more of that, my lord. No more of that. You mar with all this starting. Here's the smell of blood still. All the perfumes in the world cannot sweeten this hand! To bed, to bed. There's a knocking at the gate. Come, 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 give me her hand. What's done cannot be undone. To bed, to bed, to bed.
This disease is beyond my practice. Yet I have known those who have walked in their sleep and died wholly in their beds. Go she now to bed.
Directly.
Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds, their death pillows will discharge their secrets. More needs she the divine than a physician. God forgive us all. Look after her. Remove her from the means of all annoyance, and still keep eyes upon her.
Good night, good doctor.
The English power's near. Led on by Malcolm, or Uncle Seward, and the good Macduff. Revenge burns in them. For their dear cause, which to the bleeding and grim alarm, excites the mortified man.
Near Burnham Wood, we'll meet them. That way they're coming. And what is the tyrant?
Great dozen name he strongly fortifies. Some say he's mad. Others that lesser hate him do call it valiant fury. But for certain, he cannot buckle his distemper cause within the bouts of rule!
Now does he feel his secret murders sticking on his hands. Those he commands move only in command, nothing in love. Now does he feel his title hang loose about him.
Who can blame all his senses to recoil when everything within him does condemn itself for being there?
Well, march we on, to give obedience where 'tis truly own.
Or so much as it needs to do the sovereign flower and drown the weeds. Make we our march toward Burnham.
To Burnham Wood, come to Dunsinane. I cannot taint with fear. What's the boy Malcolm? Was she not born of woman? The spirits that know all mortal consequence have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth. No man born of woman shall ever have power upon thee. The mind I sway by, and the heart I bear, shall never sag with doubt, nor shake with fear. I've lived long enough. My way of life is fallen into the sea. The yellow leaf and that which should accompany old age, such as love, honor, obedience, troops of friends, I must not look to have. But in their stead, curses! Not loud, but deep, mouth on our breath, which the poor heart would fain deny and dare not. How goes your patient, doctor?
Not so sick, my lord, as she's troubled with thick coming fancies that keep her from her rest.
Cure her of that! Canst thou not minister to a mind disease? Cleanse the stuffed bosom of that perilous stuff which doth weigh upon the heart.
Therein the patient must minister to himself.
So physic to the dog or none of it! Doctor, the thanes fly from me. If thou couldst, doctor, cast the waters of my land, find her disease, and purge it to a sound in pristine health. If thou didst it, I would applaud thee to the very echo that should applaud again. Pull it off, I say! What would scour these English heads? Hearest thou them?
My lord, your royal preparation makes us hear something.
Bring it after me. I will not be afraid of death and bane. Till Burnham would. Till Burnham would come to Dunsinane.
Were I from Dunsinane away and clear, profiting into hardly Tony here.
Cousins, I hope the days are near at hand that Chambers will be safe.
We doubted nothing.
Well, what is before us?
The wood of Burnham.
Let every soldier hew down a bough and bear it before him. Thereby shall we shadow the number of our host and make discovery ere and report of us.
It shall be done.
We learn no other but the confident tyrants that still in Dunsinane, and will endure our setting down before it.
'Tis his main hope, for there is advantage to be given, both more and less have given in the revolt. And none serve with him but constrained things whose hearts are absent too.
Let our just censures attend a true event, and put we on industrious soldiership. The time has come that we will with due decision make known what we have and what we owe. Thoughts speculative, their unsure hopes relate, but certain issues must stroke and arbitrate, towards which we advance the war.
I've almost forgot the taste of fear. The time had been, my senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek. My fellow hair would at a dismal treatise rouse and stir as if life were in it. I have supped full of horrors. Direness familiar to my slaughterous thoughts could not at once start me. Wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word! Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out. Out, brief candle. Life is but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Thou camest to use thy tongue, thy story quickly!
Gracious, my lord, I should report that which I say I saw, but know not how to do it.
Well, say, sir!
As I did stand by watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham and anon. Methought the wood began to move.
Liar and slave!
Let me endure your wrath if it be not so. Within this 3 mile may you see it coming, I say. A moving grove.
If thy speech be false, upon the next tree shalt thou hang alive until famine cling thee! if thy speech be sooth, I care not if thou dost for me as much. I pull in resolution and begin to doubt the equivocation of the fiend that lies like truth. Fear not, till Burnham would come to Dunsinane. And now, a wood do come to Dunsinane! Arm! Arm and doubt! If this which he avouches does appear, there's no flying hence, nor tarrying here. I begin to be weary of the sun, and wish the estate of the world were now undone. Blow, wind, come, rack. At least we'll die with harness on our back. They've tied me to a stake. I cannot fly. What's the boy, Malcolm? Was she not born a woman? Is such a one am I to fear? Or none?
Thou be the noises! Tyrant! Show thy face. If thou beest slain, and with no stroke of mine, my wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. I cannot strike at wretched currents whose arms are hired to bear thy staves, either thou, Macbeth, or else my sword with unbattered edge I sheath again undeeded. There thou shouldst be, by this great note when a priest's clatter seems brooded. Let me find him, fortune! And more I beg not.
Why should I play the Roman fool and die by mine own sword? As long as I see lives, the gashes do better upon them.
Turn, hellhound, turn.
Of all other men, I well avoided thee. But get thee back! My soul is too much sharper full of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword, that bloodier villain! The germs can give out!
Thou losest labor! Impress the entrenched air with thy sword as easy as make me bleed. I live the charmed life which must not yield to one of woman born.
Despair thy charm, and let the angel, whom thou still hast the herb to tell thee, Macduff was from her mother's womb, untimely writ.
Accursed be the tongue that tells me so. I'll not fight with thee.
Then yield thee, coward, and live to be the show and gaze over time. We'll have thee, as our rare monsters are, painted on a pole, and under writ, here may you see the tyrant!
not yield! To kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet, and to be baited by the rabble's curse. And though Burnham would come to Dunsinane, and thou opposed, being a woman born. Yet I will try the last. Lay on, Macduff! And damned be him that first cries, hold enough!
And would the friends we miss were safe arrived.
Some must go off, and yet by these I see so great a day as this is cheaply bought.
Macduff is missing.
Hail, King!
For so thou art. Behold, where it stands, the usurper's cursed head. Time is free. I see thee compassed with thy kingdom's pearl, that speak my salutations in their minds, whose voices I desire to louse with mine. Hail, King of Scotland.
Hail, King of Scotland.
Hail, King of Scotland.